In the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic, this portable device could be crucial. Using lab-on-a-chip technology, it's able to detect positive cases on the spot. The testing system has the accuracy of a molecular test and the speed of an antigen kit without the use of a laboratory. It's called PathPod and is being developed in Denmark as part of a European project that includes researchers from Italy, Austria, Sweden and China. Throughout the pandemic, Fabio Zucca had to go through long periods without being able to see his 87-year-old mother, Ubertina, in person. At her care home in Milan, many people are vulnerable to infection. For much of the last 2 years, their only method of contact was by video call. During the pandemic, the worst thing was not having physical contact with my mum. The contact that you could have by video calls on the iPad wasn't the same thing even if you saw her once per week. It wasn't the same. It was terrible to only see her through the iPad. Antigen tests have been used by everyone from care homes to travellers to monitor the spread of the virus and restore confidence back to society. However, these tests have been less effective in detecting asymptomatic carriers.
So antigen tests have advantages and disadvantages. Advantages is that everyone can use it, they are cheap and they are fast. Disadvantages is that they are not as accurate as PCR tests.
PCR tests have been hailed as the gold standard in detecting and isolating COVID-19 cases, but they are more expensive than antigen tests and need a laboratory to process. This means it can take hours or even days of waiting to get the result. PathPod uses a different type of analysis from a PCR called LAMP. It's faster than PCR testing and requires less sophisticated equipment. It can also be performed without specialised training. A cartridge of samples is filled and loaded into the testing machine. Within an hour of a swab being taken and without the use of a laboratory, the results are shown on the screen.
The system can be operated anywhere, it's battery powered, and it can be operated basically by anyone with a minimum of training.
The test is useful for places such as at sea on cruise ships or in remote places without access to electricity. The system can be updated to adapt to other pathogens. The technology could then be used for rapid detection of viruses beyond the current pandemic. The device is still in its testing phase and not yet ready to be commercialised. But it could be a game changer in coping with COVID-19 and future pandemics.